Many families don't lack love, they lack structure. And where there is no structure, there is always confusion. And where there is confusion, there is always conflict. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Ajir-Manuel is my name, a relationship coach, a marriage counselor, and a family builder. I want to tell you that families always produce good values when they intentionally tell themselves that we want our family to be a family with good values. And those who produce bad values are those who are not intentional about it. Their own is life goes on, no structure at all. So I want to tell you, to teach you how to create boundaries in the family. In fact, the family is one of the most important places to create boundaries. It is no longer you and your partner or you and your wife alone. Children are there. There are some families, even relations, are living under the same roof with them. Even, house helps and like that. So it is one of the most important place to create boundaries so that everybody knows what to do and what not to do. Remember, if you are creating boundaries, you are not restricting. Creating boundaries is protection. Boundaries is to protect and not to restrict. So, having said that, we're going to be looking at the boundaries that we are to set in our families. Number one, respect boundaries. In a healthy family, children must not insult parents. They must not talk to parents in a disrespectful manner. You must sit and put this on ground. That is what is called setting of boundaries. You must set it. Let everybody be aware. Children are not permitted to disrespect parents or their seniors in the family. Parents must not insult their children. Parents must not insult the children. Siblings must not abuse or bully each other. Respect boundaries. Siblings must not abuse or bully each other. No shouting as a normal language in the home. There are some families you go to. They talk on top of their voices with each other. It has become a norm in the family. It shouldn't be so. You must be kind in your words. You must be gentle in your words. Set that boundary in your family. Respect must flow in all directions, from father to mother to children to domestic staff to relations to there must be respect found in the family in all directions. Number two, communication boundaries in the family. Every family needs rules on how they talk to each other. No name calling, no public humiliation or embarrassment, no threatening language whatsoever. When you speak, no matter how aggrieved you are, you shouldn't call names, you shouldn't threaten anybody in your speech. You shouldn't embarrass people in your speech. No silent treatment as punishment. both from father, mother, children, everybody. Don't give anybody silent treatment in the family. If communication becomes toxic at home, the home becomes emotionally unsafe for everybody. Communication, communication, very, very key, and you must do it the way it's supposed to be. If it's not done that, the family becomes toxic and emotionally unsafe for everybody. Number 3, discipline boundaries. Discipline must be consistent. Discipline must be fair. Discipline must be age appropriate. Done without anger. Remember what I told you, that discipline is a direction, is giving someone a direction. And when you are giving somebody a direction to follow, it must be consistent. You can't say this today and tomorrow you say another thing. It must be fair. If you are disciplining people, you have to be fair to all. It must be age appropriate. The discipline you give a child of 10 years cannot be the same with the discipline you give a child of 2 years. It must be age appropriate, and it must be done without anger. Anytime you are supposed to discipline somebody and you are angry, withdraw, don't decline, don't do anything. Whenever you are calm, you can discipline somebody then with clarity. Boundaries here in discipline means no extreme punishment, no extreme punishment, no physical harm should be done even to a child, and then no emotional blackmail or emotional manipulation, emotional shaming of children or of people you are disciplining. Correction should guide and not damage people. That is what I said, that discipline is giving guidance, giving a direction or people to follow. So when you are correcting people, it should rather guide people and not damage them emotionally or physically. Number 4, privacy boundaries. Even in the family, parents should respect growing children's personal space. See, just like I said, when your children are growing older, there are certain privacy boundaries that should be set in the home. Parents must, respect them at the adolescent stage, and you should know the appropriate things you do to them at that time, so that you don't frustrate them. Children should knock at their parents' rooms before they enter. Privacy boundaries. You can't just barge into your children's room. Your children cannot just barge into your room and all that. The right thing is you should knock before having access into their rooms. Private conversation between husband and wife should maintain privacy. If there are things you must discuss and you know it is not of the age of your children, go to a secret place, maybe the bedroom or somewhere else, and have that discussion. It is not every discussion that you have in front of your children. Privacy boundaries. Number 5, technology boundaries. Modern families must set limits, in the cities, they must set limits of screen time rules. Being on phone, you must set time. When you are eating, don't come to the dining with your phone. When you are reading, when it's time to read your books, don't be on your phone. When it is time to sleep, don't be on your phone. Screen time should be set. No phones at dinner table. Inappropriate content should be regulated. You can't allow your children to just consume any content on the social media. You can't. Just like what I am doing now, it is for adults. It is not for children. It is not for children. It is for adults. So don't go and give them content or play videos for them that is for adults, for little ones to consume. No. Clear online behavior expectations. See, you must make sure what you expect of them to get online, even if they are doing the assignment, whatever they are doing online, you must set boundaries for them so that they don't cross those boundaries. Number six, financial boundaries at home. Financial boundaries at home. See, children should learn value of money. A little child comes to you and asks you for 50,000, you just remove it and give to the child simply because you have money. You are damaging that child's life. You must set clear financial boundaries in the family. Understand the resources. Understand that resources are not unlimited. Resources are limited. So you must spend wisely. And you must make sure you educate your children to also spend wisely. Children shouldn't have this entitlement mentality about their parents' money. Don't bring up your children to, because their parents are rich, they must have money at their disposal. You shouldn't do that. Make sure they are groomed with financial intelligence. Parents should avoid discussing adult financial stress in front of their children. Sometimes you have your lows financially. You should avoid discussing your deep financial discussions in front of children. That boundary must be created. Avoid using money as an emotional manipulation. You know, your child does something that is not right. You punish the child for not doing the right thing. When the child starts crying, you use money, to either bribe the child or manipulate the child for not crying. You shouldn't be, as a parent that is bringing your child in good values, you shouldn't be found in doing that. If a child does something wrong and you punish them, let the child receive the adequate punishment. But remember, punishment is not to cause harm. So always try as much as possible not to use money for emotional manipulation or stuffs like that. Then, number 7, emotional boundaries. You must set emotional boundaries at home. It is okay to express emotions at the family, but it is not okay to disrespect others while expressing emotions. See, nobody is saying in the family you shouldn't express emotions. If you are angry, if you are sad, and stuffs like that. But it is not okay that in the midst of all this, you begin to disrespect people simply because you are expressing your emotions. No emotional manipulation, no favoritism. Emotional boundaries that are set, no favoritism. Don't choose children you favor and children you not favor. Staff you favor, staff you not favor. There should be no favoritism. Everybody must be fairly treated in the family. Number 8, authority boundaries. Authority boundaries. Children should understand that parents are leaders in the family. Parents are leaders, and you should make sure you educate them to understand that parents are leaders at home. And rules are not to be broken. Rules are meant to be kept. Your children must understand that. And they must also understand that decisions are not negotiable. Decisions, of course, there are sometimes that few times that you can, a particular decision can be, negotiated. But let your children know that decisions are at every moment not negotiable. That when parents take decisions, they should be able to adhere to those decisions the parents have taken. And then, number 9, time boundaries. We talked little about family time should be respected. When the family is having time, everybody should have time for the family. Everybody, if it is rest time, everybody should rest. If it is conversation time, everybody should be in the conversation. If it is spiritual reflection, if it is time to pray, everybody should be around for that, or everybody should be where everyone is praying. At home, where everyone is too busy, eventually becomes disconnected. A home where everybody is too busy, that home is scattered. That home is scattered. So you must find time for every section of what the family is doing. Time boundary must be set. Number 10, conflict boundaries between parents. Conflict boundaries between parents. You must set a boundary such that children should never be used to message during conflict. Children shouldn't be used to pass messages while you're having conflict with your wife or your husband. Don't train them into being fighters in the family. Children must never be forced to choose sides when conflicts are going on. Most families, as soon as parents begin to fight or have disagreement, they have trained their children in such a way that their children begin to pick sides, and then be exposed. Children should never be exposed to constant unresolved fights in the family. See, if there is conflict in the family and the children are aware of, whenever that conflict is resolved, children should be aware that the conflict is resolved. Do you know why? You are training them that it is natural to have conflict, but whenever those conflict comes, it is also natural that those conflicts must be resolved. Then number 11, values and behavior boundaries. Values and behavior boundaries. Every family must define what they stand for. Every family must define what they stand for, what they don't tolerate. Every family must define what they don't tolerate. What behavior is acceptable, what behavior is not acceptable, and the consequences of disobedience. All this should be spelled out clearly for everyone to know. That is setting boundaries, setting values and behavior boundaries. When you do this, even if one is disobeying or one is going against, another of your child may be there telling them, please don't do this. So daddy and mommy said we shouldn't do this. So they already know that this is not acceptable. This is acceptable. This is not tolerated, and this is tolerated. On clear values, you don't set clear values in the family. What it will do is it will create children who are not stable, because their minds are messed up. They don't know what to do. They want to do this. They feel if they do this. So all these boundaries should be clearly set out such that families, so that children and other members of the family will know the right thing to do and the wrong thing that they will not be tolerated to do. I want you to click the subscribe button on this channel, share this video to families, you know, your loved ones. Share them because it's for everybody. It's for children, it's for father, mother, people in the relationship that wants to get into marriage and all that. The video is for all. So share it. When I mean children, I don't mean children that are underage. I mean children of age 18 and above, you know, that can learn and understand. If they learn and understand this thing, they will also adhere to these boundaries that are being set in the family. Thank you for coming to my channel for this education. I am always here to teach you all this so that our families can be great, our marriages can be great, our relationships can be great. If all this, if our relationships are great, if our marriages are great, if our families are great, there is no way this country will not be great, because all this, the society or the nation is a product of our families. It is our individual families that come up to form the bigger society. So let us share this and learn and grow together. Don't forget to tap the subscription button. Thank you, and may God bless you.